What up, what up, what up? I'm Jake.
I'm Jim.
Welcome to Secret Hideout, place we talk you can't bring to the dinner table.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. Jim, give him that smoke.
Check us out on Instagram at Secret Hideout Podcast, and make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel at Secret Hideout Podcast. We're also going to be on Rumble soon, so look out for Secret Hideout on Rumble. And if you're on that Twitter shit, Secret Hideout 17.
Yeah, we got Enzo back today.
Back to back.
Back to back.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me on again.
First back to back episode.
Awesome.
So,
I tried lighting this, but it's too...
yeah, that's the Jesus candle.
It's too far down.
Got that.
Can't
for
get
Jake.
to it.
Yeah, just leave that there. It looks good. I like it looking at me.
Just judging you.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, so what's going on, boys? What's good? We got
Wings
the
game.
We got the wings on.
Yeah.
We got the wings popping right
The
now
wings
a little
popping.
bit.
We're
We
going to
got
get
a
that
little bit of
copyright strike
everything.
again.
Probably. Yep.
So before we hit hot pop culture, should we just real quick go into the rumor about Larkin?
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about that.
Oh, yeah, so the Wings are playing Montreal right now, which means Bertuzzi can't play. Todd Bertuzzi can't play because they're playing in Canada. And, like, the whole fucking stadium, they have to be vaxxed and wear masks. So everyone in their stadium is wearing a mask, except the hockey players that are becoming, getting their sweat and breath on each other and locking each other up in the boards. They don't have to wear masks. Everyone else in the stadium has to wear masks. So Bertuzzi decided not to get vaccinated, so he's not allowed inside of Canada at all. And they're on a Canadian road trip right now. So he's out. And then Larkin, the Red Wings captain, if you don't know, they said that he's not playing for personal reasons, which is really weird. Like, that's like a really weird...
What do you think it is?
I don't know. We were talking that they probably have to test while they're there,
Yeah.
And he might have came up positive or something,
That's what I'm thinking.
and they're just keeping it hush hush.
Yeah. Or maybe he just didn't want to deal with
vaccinated.
that. Oh, is he?
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
Bertuzzi's the only
dude.
one on the team that's not.
So if he's fully vaccinated, but he got it, maybe? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad.
They keep it. But we just lost the Wings game. Probably, I don't know if the internet's cutting in and out or what.
Yeah.
You know what? Real quick, I want to say something about this. There are a couple people I know, especially in the media, that really came down hard on Bertuzzi because he decided not to get vaccinated, and I think that's just so wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I love that he's having a killer year so far. Like,
oh yeah, first game he like lit it up.
Yeah, and everyone was talking about like trading him and stupid shit for that vax stuff. Like they're like, get rid of him if he's too scared to get the vax or whatever. And I love how they just use that like scared shit. Like they're trying to use like this scared shit against this fucking badass hockey player, against this fucking political or social commentary Joe Rogan, who's a fucking black belt in jiu-jitsu, calling him a like scared,
like they're afraid, right?
Yeah, like get the fuck
like,
out
dude,
of
you're
here.
scared to breathe.
Yeah, like,
so
exactly.
don't talk shit.
Get
all
the
right?
fuck out of
You're
here
scared
with
to
that
breathe
bullshit.
air.
Yeah.
And you know what else? They were saying like, he's not being a good teammate. Like I know someone who said he's not being a good teammate, so he should be kicked off the team or like traded. And I'm like, he's not being a good teammate because he wants to, like, he cares about his health. You know what I mean?
It's like, bro, look at his assists.
Yeah,
Right.
Exactly.
real.
Like,
yeah,
motherfucker's got points right now.
yeah. He doesn't want it. Maybe he's trying to have kids and shit. Maybe
No, he doesn't want. He doesn't want that fucking
Myocarditis.
Yeah.
Heart inflammation.
You don't want that shit.
when you're an athlete, right?
Dude, I wouldn't want it when I'm anything.
Yeah,
you know, like-
exactly. I know, and that's for real.
So-
like
so-
Madden too.
So I tell everybody on this podcast who listens to this podcast, they need to be listening to The High Wire with Del Bigtree, which is banned everywhere. I listen to it on Google Podcasts.
Okay.
It's on
But
iTunes too.
Is it on iTunes?
Yeah.
Okay. Then if you have iTunes, you should be listening to. If you want fucking real science on this shit and like honest fucking talk about all this COVID shit, vaccines, all that shit, you need to be listening to The High Wire, Del Bigtree.
Del Bigtree.
Yeah, and they were just talking. The FDA wants to like is approving the Pfizer vaccine for like kids 5 to 11, right?
Yeah.
And they were playing the FDA what are they? The committee of advisory committee?
Yeah, the advisory
committee?
board.
Yeah. They were playing their discussion on it, you know, like that's public, but nobody listens to. Like none of the public listens to that shit. So they were playing it, showing you what these motherfuckers are saying, and they're all like, there's like a bunch of them. They're like, yeah, we just don't know what this is gonna do. You know, it's causing inflammation, blah blah. We know that for sure, and like, I don't think it's a good idea. But then voting for yes for it anyways. You know?
Yeah, it's wild.
Doesn't look good.
So
I don't even know what to say about that. But Highwire is something everybody should be listening to.
Dude,
like,
you should be listening to them. You should be donating to them.
Where can you find it?
Jim says it's on iTunes.
It's on iTunes.
I know they got kicked off of
Excuse me.
They got kicked off of Facebook. They got kicked off of YouTube. They got kicked off of Instagram, and they got kicked off of Spotify. You know.
Okay.
And that's the ex-producer of The Doctors, the show The Doctors.
Never heard of it.
That was on.
It was like a panel show.
It's like something like stay-at-home moms would watch.
ABC,
you know,
yeah.
like,
Okay. Midday programming.
Yeah.
like yeah, like very popular,
You know,
doctor show, and he was like award-winning producer for that. He has an Emmy for that show,
Okay.
and then he did an episode for. He was supposed to do an episode for vaccines, and during his research for it, he couldn't find any real scientific shit to put on the show.
To like back it up, basically.
Yeah, like
Wow.
he couldn't. He was going through scientific, papers,
Journals
and journals and shit, and like safety studies, and it was just like, we don't have anything to say on this because there's no science here, and that they were like told him to shut up, basically, and so that took him.
Yeah.
He started his own show and everything.
I mean, people have told me to shut up plenty of times on this topic. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's cool. He runs a nonprofit organization. The show itself is nonprofit. There's no advertisements, anything. It's all donations.
Yep.
So check that out. Watch that, man.
He's one of those people that probably like does it on his own platform too. I'm sure that you can probably get all of his content.
Oh yeah, you can go to Highwire.
Highwired.
Highwire, .com, whatever it is. Highwire. Just Google Highwire with Del Bigtree, and his website. Their website will come up.
See if.
They need to make an app. That's what they're missing right now.
Actually, this just made me think of. I don't know if I should say this. Well, okay. I was trying to send Enzo a message about him not showing up for this podcast, and he was like, seemed like he was hesitant or something. I was like, well, what the fuck are you doing or whatever? And I was just gonna send you like I searched Ku Klux Klan gift. All right.
What?
All right. What? I know. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So
All right.
Enzo has no affiliation with the Ku Klux Klan. I was doing it as like a satirical joke. So I searched Ku Klux Klan on my phone.
Okay.
And like the first 5 pictures in Apple gifts are just Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing about the Ku Klux Klan. Like there was no like men in a white hood or anything.
Yeah.
It was legitimately Donald Trump gifts.
Yeah.
So
You know
like
what
how
else?
you know what I mean? Like how fucking telling is that?
Yeah.
Like that's what they want you to think that Donald Trump represents.
associated
he's
with.
associated with Ku Klux Klan.
Yep.
Even though it was like Democrats that started the Ku Klux Klan.
Exactly.
So
You know what else? I also similar kind of point. I noticed also that a while back, if you typed Donald Trump in, you won't see any like positive types of GIFs or anything. They're all like negative ones made to make him look like he's like an idiot, or it'll be like someone playing him, instead of him like being dignified or being like the president or whatever.
When Jake was like first put me on to like the fact that Donald Trump, we talked about in last episode, like how he kind of was, we woke up to that idea at the same time. But when he was putting it onto me, like I couldn't find anything about like the good things that Donald Trump did. And I was like, well, this is fucking weird. Like, and I was like, these things have for real happened.
Yeah.
But you can't find, and this is like, early 2020. you couldn't find anything. So like it was, and I'm sure it was already happening in 2016 and on.
Yeah, but
I'm
you didn't notice it.
No, I didn't give a fuck. Like I said, I didn't care about any politics or anything like that. But like and that's how I feel about like whenever I research conspiracies, like I'm looking into them and I see what the mainstream narrative says about them and see what happens when I first search that thing. And if it's all debunk this, debunk that, this is how this is bullshit, I'm like, it almost makes me like, I'm like, well, hold on, what are we hiding here? Like, what's going on here? Like, if it's only the narrative of it being fake or it being not real, and you can't find anything of the support, because there's obviously people that support these ideas and support these conspiracies, then it's like, what's going on? Like, why can't I find it? Why is it being shadow banned? Why is it, and why if I search DuckDuckGo or another search engine that it fucking pops up first thing?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's like, to me, it's just like
flat
telltale.
Flat Earth.
Other things that we've talked about on here, like, or haven't talked about on here because we probably can't.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, you search into those, like, it's all about like it not being real, or it like how crazy it is and how ridiculous it is. It's like, what's going on here? Like, that's almost telling to me. Is that not telling? Like, like, I don't know. It's fucking
why why does there need to be like that level of censorship? You know what I mean? Because the internet, at least in the beginning, the internet was like open and free, quote unquote, and now it's like everything's just being like, why are things being censored off YouTube? Why are people getting demonetized off YouTube, for example? Like, what's the reason? I understand the demonetization, but like, why are people being censored? Why are our search results being censored? And you know what's the crazy thing is, there's people out there who really don't believe that, like, Google, for example, that they have like algorithms that filter search results, and they're able to guide users to different different websites. Like, that's how it gets, decides what your top hits are and stuff. There's people that don't believe that happens, and it's like, so they Google something, and obviously the first top link is like New York Times, Politico, Snopes, and then right away you're like, all right, well, this already just told me what the answer is. I don't even need to read the article, or why would I even need to read the primary source, like the actual book? Because these three websites, or Wikipedia that anybody can write, just tells me exactly what it is right there. There's no need to go back to like whatever you're looking at.
Yeah, it created the internet. I mean, the internet was there so that you could like research things and look into things.
Yeah.
But what the internet's become is just like it tells you the answer.
Yeah.
So instead of like you doing the work and you thinking, the internet's thinking for us. So it's like there's no reason for anyone to go beyond what the screen says, what the magic screen
it's
says.
like TV, but now it's what the magic screen says. Yeah.
Black Mirror.
Yeah.
That's what that whole thing is.
Yeah.
It's a Black Mirror. So it takes your fucking soul.
Yeah. There's some like a Black Mirror is like in like witchcraft or some shit too.
There are, yeah, for sure. There's a connection. Was it Tripley that was just talking about this? I don't know. Maybe I can't remember, but it was about the Black Mirrors being in like some dark magic stuff.
Yeah.
And how now we have the Black Mirrors
in our hand all the time.
Yeah.
The forbidden fruit.
Face,
yeah. I remember I commented on like a Instagram post that was like, what do you think the Black Mirror is in the Black Mirror? And I was like, it's the screen in your hand. I was like, it's the forbidden fruit that you carry with you all day.
It's always there, always telling you things, always tempting you in different ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that didn't get any likes, so I was pretty bummed out about it.
Everyone's like, look at this Nazi.
I was like, watch Europa.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Or watch it for real.
Yeah, hey, watch it.
Hey, bring that Highwire thing on the screen.
On the screen?
Yeah, go scroll down real quick. See that says live in DC expert panel on medical mandates and vaccine injuries. You can watch that. You go down, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. They just got like, they back all their shit. So like anything they talk about on the show, I'm sure you could find all the research that they're bringing up on the show on this website.
And all the episodes.
Because they used to on Facebook, they used to like you would comment I can on the when they would go live.
Yeah.
'Cause they'd go live. It'd be like it's a live show, and they would go live on Facebook. They'd go live, and you just type in the comment section I can, and then they message you all the articles and all those scientific papers that they're reading from, so that you can look at it yourself.
Some real ass science.
Some real ass science, because they want you to do that shit.
And see, this is what's missing from the internet nowadays is the fact of like us even going to websites. Like it's gone. Like we don't do that anymore. You just go to the 3 sources that tell you what to think.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I mean, I'm guilty of it. I mean,
Yeah.
If I need to look up something, I'm just Googling that motherfucker real quick and then being like, listen, this is the fact now. Like, and it's, we don't even go to search. I mean, I remember when the internet first came out, we were kind of all children of the internet.
Yeah.
And it was sick. You had all these like artistic, you'd go to like Donnie Darko's website and like, it was like a crazy adventure and you'd click through it almost like an interactive video game. And, you'd go to, and we don't do that. I'm not even saying that there's not these websites, because these websites still exist and everyone says you have to have a website. But the fact of the matter is the consumers are not using these websites because we don't have to anymore. Like it's kind of a crazy thing that's happening here. Like it's with everything, with music. It's like, we don't even want to buy a record anymore because we just have a catalog of music at our fingertips.
Yep.
So how disconnected are you from that music that you're hearing now because you have no like emotional or like physical like attachment to it?
Yeah, sometimes I get in my car and I don't know what to put on.
Yeah, it's because we have everything.
Yeah. Where it used to be like there was like 5
had, like,
CDs in my car.
Thing of CDs. Yeah.
And
you have
I had to pick one.
Yep.
And you have I'm gonna put the commercial break up there real quick. I didn't mean to do that. But you have like you worked to get the album. You know what I mean? You worked however it was. Like you don't put that consideration to the $9 a month you spend on Spotify.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't put that consideration to. It's like I don't know. We're losing like all of that shit with. I don't know, with technology.
Yeah, I really miss going to like a record store and buying CDs.
Actually buying something and owning it and like picking the one that you really liked.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I miss it. I miss doing that.
Well, and we all had like, we had the good, and I asked some like kids that like work for me. Like I was like, is there like a local music scene? I was like, is there like somewhere where you guys can go and like hang out and like listen to music? And there's really not. That doesn't really exist.
No.
Like it did when we were kids. Like, and I could be wrong on this.
You mean like local band
well,
shows?
It kind of like.
Well, I think we had a special version of that though. I think that our area
scene,
was definitely special.
Yeah, our area was special in the fact that like it was big, but that was going on around the country.
Everywhere though, right?
Yeah, that was going on around the country.
And
like
for
VFW
times
halls
before that too. Like
yes,
yeah,
VFW halls and shit like that. We were lucky to have the scene we had. But after that like VFW hall, what happened was it became like venues that were making, fucking bands over and shit.
Yeah.
Like fucking high school kids over, stealing the money and shit from them. And then after like the venues started popping up everywhere, is when like electronic and dubstep started getting real big.
Popular.
Yeah.
And that's what like young kids were doing. Was going to like techno and like dubstep.
Well, that's
events.
what I was wondering. I was like, is there
and
like
now I don't know what it is.
I was like, are there because it'd be one thing. I wouldn't think of anything of it if it was like, yeah, we go see like, I don't know, Caddy Mac DJ at a fucking VFW hall. Do some whatever. That's but that I guess that's rave scenes and stuff too. But
yeah,
I don't know. I don't think that there is that like communal like place to go and like listen to music and hang out with your
Not
friends.
by us.
Like we
I don't know. We'd have to ask.
I mean, I work.
You
with
said
young,
you asked the youngins, so
I work with kids that are still in high school and shit. So
are they into music though?
I don't know. That's what I said. And some of them were like, I don't know, there could be that, but
Yeah.
I don't know about it. Because I was like, is this, does this exist? Like,
Yeah.
do you guys have?
Is there like a DIY scene, music scene of any kind?
Yeah.
Is the question.
Or
I
is
think,
that crumbling? Yeah.
Is there like,
If you know,
or
of
is
one,
it? Do you have to go to like a venue to watch your friend's band play?
I think so.
Or like, are your friends in bands?
Are they in bands?
Are they
Exactly.
making? It doesn't have to
Yeah.
be bands. Are they making music, and where do they perform and shit?
Maybe like hip hop's probably a little bit
More popular. Yeah.
Like kids are making mixtapes and shit
Dude.
like that. But are they performing them? Is there a social event happening with them?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember one time when I was in grad school and I was like talking to this girl and she was into dubstep. It was when dubstep was popular and we were listening to it and she was like, this artist is so talented. He's way more talented than like, he was like, she was like, it's harder to produce this type of music than it is to, have a band and have them like create a song. And I just remember thinking, no, it's not. Like
It might be. So there is an argument there.
Really?
Like, yeah, because I've produced music and
Yeah, but it's not hard to be in a band.
Like
It's a lot
you need
easier.
like
You're on
5
your-
people
you're
to
on
be
your
you're
experts.
on your own.
You're on your own. You have
Yeah.
all the instruments are doing what you want them to do.
But making them do
You
that
know.
to the level, like there is
A band, you
I
need
think-
5 people that need to be on
You're dealing
point.
with 5
Yeah.
personalities.
Yeah.
You're dealing with time schedules. All that shit.
Yes.
So it's like, no one's saying that making music isn't hard.
That's what I'm saying.
Producing
That's
music
what I
isn't
would
hard,
say.
but
Like
it's
the actual
definitely
the
not like-
skillmanship and like the musicianship in that artist could be comparable to like a really good guitar player. If not, I think even more elevated to the fact that they're skilled in multiple aspects and
Like
facets.
production of the song. Okay. I got
Creating
you.
a whole because for all the time we were creating music in a band, I was relying on my drummer to come up with syncopated rhythms that I would then,
Well, yeah.
But that's what we're
Attached
saying.
to-
Yeah,
That's what I'm
he
saying
needs to
though.
be good. You
As
need
a
to be good.
producer though,
Yeah.
your instrument does exactly what you want it to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I
like
still
you can make those drums do whatever they
Exactly.
want.
yeah, but to be a high level DJ, so let's say it's a bass nectar or something. Like if you're a bass nectar, it's not just one guy that's sitting on his laptop.
It's not.
No, because there's sound engineers that are involved. There's tour managers. There's I'm sure a whole bunch of tech guys that help him with shit if his stuff breaks, and everything.
Yeah, but what about making the music itself?
Making the music itself is probably him sitting
Just on his laptop.
Yeah, but a lot of these artists and bands that a lot of these artists and bands that you love and we cherish, it's just one guy that's making that fucking song. There's just it's a Mozart Beethoven kind of deal where it's there's one mind behind that all. It's and then everyone else is just gun for hire.
in
Successful bands?
music. Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
usually
for
the
sure.
case.
There's one guy that sits in
there's
his
one guy in
his
every
room
band,
and
you're saying?
on a guitar.
Yeah, one
and-
guy in every band that's the
Sure.
master.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright.
I think so. And especially in successful mainstream acts.
Hence why it's easier to be a producer and it's probably smarter to be a producer of music rather than
Interesting.
in a band.
Okay.
Because again,
Yes.
you don't have to
No,
take
get
what
it.
you come up with in your room
Yeah.
and then be like, "Hey, Steve, can you play this on drums for me?" And I want it to be like this.
Well, yeah.
And then they'd be like, "No, I think it should go like this."
Yes.
And then
That's when being in
You
a
know.
band is harder. Is just dealing with 5 personalities.
Or when
whatever.
you're playing a show, for example, let's say you're playing a show as a band and you're playing and then your drummer is just
yes,
not having a
it
good
takes
day,
more practice too to
Whereas, when you-
perform live.
Yeah.
From a DJ to a
When you press play, I mean the music plays,
because you have to
right?
be on time. You have to 5. If your band's a 5-person band, your band has to be all on time together and
yeah,
syncopate
in the same mood.
and-
Yeah, vibing,
Has to be- I'd always try to get everyone amped. I would try to make sure that everyone was happy. Like you have to like somebody has to do that, or like if somebody doesn't do that, then it's like a shit show because then you have to have somebody that's like making sure the vibes are right with everyone. But that's fucking exhausting. It is. Yeah. It's fucking exhausting.
Picking people up and raising their level.
Yeah, because it's like if they don't want to be here, why the fuck are they here? You know, or whatever. We're just playing. I think that way about work all the time. Whenever I'm dealing with people that are like, fucking like you know, they're just like, fuck this, I don't want to be here. I'm like, dude, like how fucking hard is this? It's easy. You chose to be here. You're here on your own. You know, you don't have to make this harder than it is, and that's what.
I got in an argument with Matt before at work. More kind of just to be, you know, just to argue more.
To be contrarian.
Yeah, and it was like Matt and another friend of mine. You know, I was telling. They were like talking shit about Skrillex or something, and then talking about Kanye, and I was like, well, I think Skrillex is probably more skillful of a musician than Kanye West, and I kind of think probably is not, but Kanye is a genius when it comes to music.
Yeah,
but I was saying that I think Skrillex is probably more skilled
than Kanye
in music, just because he's been in a band, you know. Plays a lot of different instruments.
Yes.
You know.
Okay.
But went the smart route and decided to
went the smart route.
I'm going to produce this shit for Justin Bieber and make some money.
Well, went the smart route from, you know, being in a band to going to being a producer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then from being a producer to being a producer for
other artists.
You know.
Yeah, it's a tough one to do. Like, who's the more? It's a kind of a stupid thing to say because it's so different. Like when you got like the guitar Eddie Van Halen for example. Like if you got him, like he's the master of his craft, and that's what makes Eddie Van Halen. Is he's like the master of that. When it's like Kanye is the master of like taking samples from fucking old fucking, you know, blues tunes and shit, chopping them up and making them a hit. Like that's it's just so night and day.
But I was making the point of like, you know, I think Skrillex is more talented in the sense of like Skrillex can do what Kanye does, which is take a beat, take a sample,
chop it up,
make a song out of it that bumps and gets a whole fucking stadium going. Yeah. But then also could pick up a guitar
and
play a song, write lyrics to it, and then sing a song that bumps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but then does he got a hot 16 on it?
What's that?
Like, does he got like hot bars to drop on it? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he does. Like, I would think that's what I'm saying.
He might,
like he can. He can.
Well, here's the question: does Kanye know how to play on instrument and instrument?
For sure.
Like well.
I bet you he sits at a piano.
I would assume so.
Okay.
I would assume he at least piano.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
or you know whatever. If you're now these space pianos, like. Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah.
I want to get one of those.
But yes,
things for us.
It does. You are right. It is kind of like they are both. Like you give, you know, you. Okay, let's put it this way: you could take both artists, put them in a room with like a fucking like a kid's child keyboard, right, for like 2 days, and they would both probably come out with something hot.
Yeah.
With it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's why I think it just gets hard to be like who's the better or more talented musician, because it's just such a, I think just being a musician is that thing. Like whatever it is. Like if you want to say, oh, it's just being a musician is like a certain sense of like geniusness. Like you have to have some sort of like creative like
spark
out of this world, out of your normal life. You know, when people look at me and they're like, "What are you thinking?" I'm like, oh,
"Music."
I'm listening to the fucking droplets in the sink. I'm listening. You know, I'm like, I'm fucking retarded. You know, like in a sense, like. So you know, you have to have a little bit of that. So
speaking of
fucking
artistic geniuses, I watched Dave Chappelle's
Oh, you watched
What do you think
new
about
stand
that?
up. Okay, so
We're a little late on this one, but
yeah.
just
So
going back to it.
as Dave Chappelle's social commentary stand up Netflix special, it was okay. As Dave Chappelle's stand up comedy Netflix special, I thought it was trash.
Okay, tell me why you thought it was trash.
Well, as Dave Chappelle's stand up comedy Netflix special, I thought it was trash because it wasn't funny.
I know. I want to know what parts, because I also was not as impressed as I was with other ones.
I just didn't think any of it was funny. I think I laughed. I didn't even laugh. I probably chuckled about 5 times in it. And but when it was over, like me and Melissa were like, "Damn!" Like we both were like, "I wish we would have started Squid Game."
Oh, okay.
Instead,
because you were looking for like that entertainment.
Because like I don't mind Dave Chappelle's social commentary stand ups. Like I like that. Like
yeah,
but I didn't think it was gonna be like that. Like the other one he did that was like that was with him sitting. It was intimate. It was in a small setting. Like it felt right. With this, it didn't feel right because the way it appeared, the way it was set up, it was like it looked like one of his big specials.
Yeah.
Coming out funny.
I think there's a reason for that.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. And then even as the social commentary aspect of it, I didn't really find it that mind blowing or anything like that. He didn't say it. It felt weird to me. I don't think he's like, I don't know. I think he's agenda driven. The same, like, on the a leftist agenda driven. Yeah, he did the whole trans thing, and like he said stuff that needed to be said about the trans community, but even that felt protecting himself. He wasn't really, I don't think he was like saying it for like the world. I guess it felt very leftist to me. Like the whole thing felt very leftist to me, and nothing he was really saying, like everything he was saying was like I feel like has been said by other people in podcasts or on tweets and shit like that, and has been said just as good, if not better. And so it just I don't know, it just didn't really do anything for me. Like and so like I wanted to laugh. Like I was like, all right, like
Sticks and Stones.
Yeah, I'm not mad at him. Like I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it because he's got, it's Dave Chappelle. He's got plenty of material for me to watch and laugh at. Yeah. So I'm not mad at him or anything. I just didn't enjoy it. I'll never watch it again.
I feel the same way. I mean, I also like in his Netflix specials. I just feel like maybe I'm just getting tired of all the social commentary. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but people are allowed to have it.
They're allowed to have it, like, but I just
even if it's like even if it's not the one you believe in, I think it's important that it's being said.
Still talked about.
And I think that even if it's wrong, it should be out there or whatever. Like it doesn't matter. They should be everyone should be allowed to have their opinions. And I think what you have to take from like watching big names like Dave Chappelle or Joe Rogan speak, like you have to be like, are they being truly honest to themselves?
That's what I'm talking about. I don't think it didn't feel honest to me.
Well, you think he's a clone?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go there.
Well, like Jake has Jake's watching this special, thinking like, not even thinking. He's like, this guy's a clone. Okay. So
I was not thinking that when I was watching it. No, at one point I was. I was like, he doesn't look as big as he did in last.
like, is this the real one?
Yeah. Like, who is this guy?
But real quick, like what I was saying though is he like. So I think if maybe glass half full and like just looking at it, without being like, all right, yeah, I don't agree with that part of it, or I don't agree with like how this is like being pushed. Like he still is like a person that I think is thinking for himself. I think so. I don't think that, and I feel the same way about Rogan. I think that he's like
maybe
I don't think he's like I think that they got cake and they definitely are like driven by money. For sure, and driven by, but I think that they're still making their own thoughts, like, and I think that it's obvious, and that's why there's outcry against them is because they are honest, and I think that like it's something, and that's why it's pissing off the big narrative, is because they're like, hold on, these guys are fucking speaking like this, like at a big fucking level, and they're being truthful. They're not even if Dave Chappelle's message is aligning with their agenda, like they're still like, hold on, but he's not on board with this part of it, or so it's like, so let's cancel him, get him out of here, do whatever we have to do to make it the way that we want it. And I think that's why these platforms and stuff like that, like podcasting and talking long form, are important.
I don't know. It almost felt like it feels ungenuine. Like like the whole, especially the whole trans thing. Like it felt like everything else played along to the narrative going on, and then here's this trans thing, and it was like, is it really happening because he's really thinking, or is this happening so that there's talk about it and now everyone's watching Dave Chappelle's special?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
And that's what it felt like to me.
Yeah.
Because like I thought with all the buzz and everything like that, I was like, oh man, like he's probably saying some shit like going on, because in 2017 that he came out with the first Netflix special, you know, he came out right off the bat talking about how like, don't be getting vaccinated.
Yeah.
You know, and this is before the pandemic. He's like, don't be getting vaccinated. Like, you know about this shit. This is what's going on with vaccines, and like telling his people not to get vaccinated. First thing he says when he opens up this one, he's like, I got vaccinated. You know, don't worry, I'm vaccinated. I got Johnson & Johnson, blah, blah, blah. You know, made a little joke about it. And it's just like, okay, fits the narrative. You know, talking about like people
Black
not
Lives
wearing
Matters and stuff.
Yeah, Black Lives Matters, people not wearing masks, stuff like that. Like, you know, fits the narrative. And then all of a sudden he gets to the trans thing, and it's like, even the trans stuff, like I didn't really feel like he really hit that on the head
I think the
hard
trans
as, like,
stuff was weird because
it needs to be.
I think that what I got out is a similar thought. Is the fact that he did spit it. He spit it, but I was like, hold on, like none of this was like, it wasn't transphobic at all. Like it wasn't. I was like, people didn't watch this special. That's what I got out of it. I was like, no one's watched it. Like, I didn't think that he was like talking bad about that community at all. Like, if anything, he was pushing more of a narrative of like how like black voices and black people should be like.
It was very anti-white.
Well, a little bit, yeah.
It was
Chappelle,
very, you know.
But he may be. There may be. I mean, that's a fact of the matter.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. Is like people are on the side of being like, oh man, like, you know, he's a comedian, he needs to be allowed to say whatever he wants to say, like I'm glad he said that stuff, like they shouldn't be canceling him and stuff like that. But then he's all like, you know, and I know it's Dave Chappelle, but he's all like, you know, anti-white this, fucking whites this, whites that, you know. And it's like, if a white comedian went up there and was like, blacks this, blacks that, anti-black this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Dave Chappelle would be like, well, wait a minute, like I don't know, don't say that shit.
They would be destroyed if they said that.
They'd be destroyed by culture.
Like, remember Kramer, that one dude?
Yeah, we talked about that. I rewatched it. It was definitely not a black room either, because I kept saying it was like an all black club, but it was just like the Laugh Factory or something. I wanted to make that correction on here real quick.
I want to bring this
up real
quick.
Like I said, I'm not mad. Like it didn't piss me off or anything like that. Like, you know, I just didn't feel it.
You don't trust him because you think he's a clone.
Well, it just feels more like,
I think he's part of the narrative.
Yeah, it feels more like, okay, he's clearly picked a side. So to people that are like against those certain things, like BLM, let's say, for example, like if you don't believe in BLM or you're not like with some of the things they do, then, you know, he comes out and he's talking about it or supporting it. Then to me, I'm like, okay, it's like that. That's like, you know, or it's not even BLM, like any issue.
Yeah, I know.
There's so many anti-narrative people out there, you know, conservatives, MAGA people that are like really backing him right now. Like, you know, talking good on Dave Chappelle and like everything, and like this special and everything. And like, I don't see that. Like, I don't see.
Yeah, like when he was talking about Q and Michigan people.
I didn't care. Like, like that didn't bother me.
He's a comedian.
Yeah,
like,
I don't. It doesn't bother me either.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so like, what if? All right. So what if though? All right, you don't trust him. That's fine. I get that. But what if just in his eyes, like, this is how he's seeing the world, and I don't think
totally possible.
And I don't think the fact of him like being like through his eyes, like being like, oh, I think thinking out loud and saying white man bad to him is a move that's like something he believes in. Like it's something that he sees, and he sees it how he sees it. And now maybe he doesn't think white man's, Anglo-Saxon or whatever. You know what I mean? He's not looking at it. He doesn't know the whole. It's like Christians and the idea of them not knowing all of their Bible, all the shit that the Bible actually says. Like maybe he just doesn't like see that. Like maybe he's just speaking out against like the man, which actually isn't a bad thing, and that's why people are backing him, because we're talking about freedom of speech.
Maybe he's a liberal.
Yeah.
Maybe he's
I don't know.
just left wing.
I deeply believe in the elitist cult. I think there's a cabal out there. I think these people fucking eat children and fucking sexually abuse children. I really do. I think that's real. I think there's dark magic involved in it, and I think he's part of that. I think everyone's trying to talk like Dave Chappelle is like this normal guy, like, oh, he's a comedian, like off stage he's a normal guy. He's not though. Like and it shows it right after that fucking, as soon as the fucking special's done, like all it is like pictures with him at fucking parties with all these other famous people. You know what I'm saying? Like like all these fucking pictures. Like he's part of that. Like.
Yeah, I just don't want to let go of Dave. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let me it sucks.
It sucks, but
it's like Eminem.
Yeah, dude, it's like that's Eminem, what I was trying to bring up.
That's
Tell
what
me
it
how
is,
you
though.
felt about that Eminem when he went at Trump. That's what I've been trying to get in.
Okay, so I didn't give a fuck about it because I didn't give a fuck about Trump
back then. Yeah,
I didn't. Like I was like, all right, these are bars. Like I don't know. Like that's what I thought. Like I was like, did I really think that stuff was the best stuff? No, like the whole drawing the line in the sand freestyle. Like I thought that was, but at that time I'm still on Team Eminem.
Yeah, so. You're just like, I don't give a fuck. He's talking about the president.
Yeah,
it's just like,
no, he talked about Bush.
Cool lyric.
He talked about.
But back then, even I was thinking like,
how's he rhyming this shit?
Yeah, exactly.
Even then, though, I was thinking, all right, like. Same thing. Is he just coming out like, why is Eminem giving me his political opinion right now? Why is Dave Chappelle giving me his political opinion right now? Is he doing that because like someone's telling him to do that, or is that really like what he believed and felt at the time? Is what I'm saying.
He's probably. I think so. What I think now is, I mean, I'm like, he's definitely like controlled opposition. Like
Eminem.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. And
I don't know, man.
Eminem's a clone, you guys. All right? Like, do you not understand this? We've discussed this on this podcast before.
Yeah.
Like, we figured it out. Like, we broke it down to the T of like where Eminem becomes a clone. Eminem was real Eminem for his first 3 albums. Okay, on the 3rd album, Eminem Show, is when he talks about it. He gets introduced to fucking like he's in big with the Hollywood crowd. Like he's peaked. Okay, his second album fucking took him to the next level. Hey, his first album took him to the level, and then after Marshall Mathers LP dropped, that took him to the level. Yeah, like beyond.
Yeah, that was, of course.
And then like, so the Eminem Show.
We have all these children for you. We have all this money.
No, it was like no. He's on the fucking flight list.
Yeah,
he's on the Epstein.
For sure.
So that was probably like around the Marshall Mathers LP. Where they're like, here, we got these girls for you. They're yours. Man. Do what you want with them. And then afterwards, they're like, oh, hey, we videotaped you. And all those girls are underage.
Do you think that's how they do it, or do you think they
I think that's definitely a tactic. It's not. But I mean,
do you think they say it like that, where they're like, here, we give you an option, or do you think that at some point they're like,
no, I think to
get into this club, you have to do this.
No, well, I think it's probably both. Okay. But I think a lot of it's like. Like I said, it could be he went to this famous island that celebrities that hit a certain level get invited to. Yeah. Thinking, oh, cool, like this is gonna be cool. All these people are here. Go to this island.
Or you think they know?
They
already.
Get there. They're like, oh, here, you're part of this club. Welcome. They're treated really nicely, and then they're given like, here's a room and here's some women for you, and then afterwards. They're like, hey, we have this videotape of you with an underage girl. You need to start talking. You need to start talking against guns. You know. So, anyways, what happened was Eminem Show talks about that. Listen to saying goodbye to Hollywood.
Okay.
Listen to that song.
Okay.
He talks about selling his soul to the devil and everything like that.
Yeah, I've heard
that's the album of his like admit to where he's at, right? Then
Which
fucking
they all have to do. They all have to like say it too. Like,
yeah, they all have to say it.
Yeah.
And then after is the Encore, okay, album. All right, Encore album's kind of a trash album, like in the world of Eminem, because he was fucked up on drugs.
Yeah.
All right, he was really fucked up on drugs. Why? Because of where he's at now, of what he's got involved in.
He's
right?
like, they got fucking videos of me banging a 15-year-old.
They're telling me
no,
but that album, he's fucked up on drugs, which is why it's not that great. Okay, so then he doesn't record an album for like 5 years.
Okay.
After Encore, you know why? Because he fucking OD'd, my man.
Yeah, well, I know about that.
All right.
But...
No, like he fucking died.
Oh, okay.
This is where the clone stuff.
This is where the clone stuff.
And he talks about ODing. He had an OD, right? He had an OD. He talks about it in the Relapse album, which came out 5 years later. All right, after Encore. What happened was he fucking OD'd and died. All right, and they fucking needed 5 years to make his clone.
So the suggestion is that they're able to speed up growth.
I don't know how to
do
do it.
Yeah, but that's what it would have to be, right? Like you'd have to.
It's like how we talked about last episode, being like what they have, the technology that they have is only just a surface layer of actually what they do have. So like you have to accept that first to be like, okay.
People think cloning's crazy. Oh, cloning?
No,
dude, they cloned a sheep.
It's definitely
in '96.
Yeah, it's definitely been done.
You know,
I guess
90-fucking-6, bro.
We would have to wonder how far along they are with like being able to like basically speed up someone. That's so weird, bro.
That's
Holy
what they
crap.
released to the public.
Back then,
in '96 was that they cloned a sheep. That's what they released to the public.
Dolly.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So imagine what they're doing, not publicly. You know, behind closed doors. They're way advanced than fucking cloning a sheep in '96 already, bro.
Bad viruses behind closed
and
doors.
how long ago was that? You gonna tell me they can't clone fucking Eminem after he ODs? Motherfucker OD'd, cloned his ass, comes back. What happens? What happens though? Fucking think of Relapse album. What happens? Clones malfunctioned. Listen to that Relapse album. What's wrong with it? What's wrong with Eminem on that Relapse album? His accent, bro. He got all the funny accents.
You think
and everybody hates the accents. Because the clone couldn't compute how Eminem originally fucking spit, so it had to create accents to make it rhyme, right? Then they tweaked them. We're going to fix that shit. Oh, you're getting a double album. Because then fucking Recovery came out.
Yeah.
Oh, we fixed them. Boom.
So now he's back to normal.
All the Recovery stuff is what you hear of Eminem.
Yeah.
But now, and then they figured out, they're like, oh, we can make the clone do like slick tongue rap too, which is like real fast rap, you know? So like now he's programmed to be able to do slick tongue. So that's why every
Trump
song
and
is like Godzilla and shit, like those songs.
So is this like MK Ultra?
Yeah. So if he's not cloned,
he died.
So yeah,
that's why he writes. That's why he's got like 6 songs about him dying.
Jake's convinced the Earth is flat too. He's convinced.
Hey,
nothing's wrong with it.
Dude,
nothing's wrong with it. But
you know, hey,
it's a fucked up thing for sure. To say it, it's like, hey, it's fucked up. You might as well be like, you know, Jake's convinced the Nazis are good or something. And like, but the fact of the matter is,
I never
Eminem.
Okay. I never said that.
But no, it's just like, so he changed drastically at one point. So even if he was a clone or not, he got by either MK Ultra or some other nefarious things. Yeah, the Cabal.
I didn't like when he went against Trump first, but then now I'm like,
yeah, dude, look at the interviews. Like, watch interviews of Eminem when he came back. Okay, when he came back with like Marshall Mathers LP and shit, and he like donned his hair blonde again and everything like that, like having a midlife crisis. Right, like trying to be fucking like 24 again.
Yeah.
You know, you watch interviews and he's just like he stops and he's just like looking around. He's not answering shit, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's just being weird." Like, no, he's malfunctioning. All right, motherfucker's malfunctioning.
Yeah, there's some weird shit to that.
All right, guys, keep talking.
You got one eye right here. Why you got pee?
Kratom just gets me every time, dude.
Kratom? Shit ain't even kicked in yet.
Well, whatever.
Red Bull.
Last time he went and peed, I guess he went out there and he peed, and Rachel was in the living room watching TV, and he opened the door and just said thank you to her. She was
Thank
like,
you.
yeah, she was like, Enzo just like said thank you after he came out of the bathroom to me. I was like, oh, it's Enzo. Like, I was like, you got to get Enzo. And I remember, and God, we love Enzo. He's not here right now, but
Yeah.
like I told him, I was like, Enzo's strange. Like
Enzo used to call me. Would call. He did this to everybody. He'd call you, and then you'd be like, "Yo, what's up?" And he'd be like, "What up?" You'd be like, "What's up?" And he'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And you're like, nothing, just chilling. He'd be like, "Why'd you call me?"
I know, dude.
You called me. You called me, Zo.
He's like, oh shit, I did. No, so I was like, but the first time Ray met Enzo, she was like, he just seems like a normal dude. You just made him out to be like, and I love all these things about Enzo. I think this is what makes Enzo an individual and makes him like the perfect person, like the friend fits in the friend group. But I was like, he's not right.
You're a weirdo.
Yeah.
So are we, though. So
yeah, hell yeah.
We're just talking about you.
Is she.
So
You guys are saying I'm a weirdo?
yeah,
Yeah.
you got to listen to it because you don't get to hear that
in
part.
all the best ways.
All right,
Yeah.
amazing.
So you
Can't
have to
wait.
listen to this. Yeah.
All right.
No, it's not bad, bro.
Real quick, since we're on pop culture still, with Eminem and everything like that. I watched
We're on pop culture.
Go for it. We're talking about pop
I like
culture.
it. I like it.
Dave Chappelle, Eminem, and now I watched Halloween.
The new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the insurrection one.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is in there that's like that? Because I asked my stepdad, and he was like, "No, there wasn't any scene like that."
But your stepdad
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah. So that first off, okay, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I thought it was okay. I thought it did its job. I really liked the flashback stuff. I really liked that. I thought they did a really good job making the flashback stuff look legit.
I thought it was the movie. 'Cause
Okay,
I
yeah.
I hadn't seen the original Halloween in such a long time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think this is the movie. I think.
Yeah.
And
I think they need to do more of that kind of stuff with like,
absolutely.
like if they're gonna remake shit, like just do kind of stuff like that, or
Yeah.
like timepieces.
Have you seen Halloween, the new one?
No,
Either of the new two?
I haven't seen a Halloween movie since like the first one.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Serial killer movies are not my genre.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But I know it. I mean, keep going.
Yeah. So, anyways, I liked it. So yeah, I liked the flashback stuff. They did a really good job with that. I didn't like. I liked all like the kill scenes. They made him a little bit more brutal, right?
Yes. Really
Made him a lot more
yeah.
brutal. But then what I didn't like is what they did at the end, and like spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen it. Spoiler alert.
About minute fast forward this motherfucker.
Yeah, they make him so when they brought it back, because they retconned everything, right? They retconned everything except the first one, and I thought that was cool. And it seemed like they were making Mike Myers just a psychopath, like he was just a psychopath dude that just went crazy. But then at the end of this one, they kind of turned him back. They're turning him back into this
Black trans woman.
Supernatural thing. And I thought that's what they were getting away from with this, and I liked that they were getting away from it with it. And then at the end of it, they turn it back into like a supernatural thing where he faces a mob of like 30 people all holding weapons.
Trump signs.
Yeah, all holding
They all
weapons.
hold Trump signs.
And
How did that not
gets
get-
his ass beat, and then all of a sudden is able to get up. He gets stabbed in like the back of the fucking neck, and then like is able to get up and like just kill everybody. Like that's just not happening.
Yeah.
That's not happening. I don't know. I don't care how crazy you are. Like it's just not happening. And then the hospital scene. You're right. Like it just didn't fit in the movie.
Not at all. The movie's good the movie's pretty good except for that scene. I think that scene
it's so
ruins
pointless.
it.
It's
Yeah.
so pointless, and it didn't do anything for the plot. It didn't do nothing. But it was funny because like knowing what I know about what Jamie Lee Curtis said about how it's supposed to be like Trump supporters and stuff. which it couldn't be unless they did go back and refilm it.
I think she was probably the worst part of this one, to be honest.
Yeah, and she did suck in this.
Yeah, she sucked.
But anyways, it was funny because I was talking to this dude I work with who's a big liberal guy, and he likes horror movies, and I brought it up, and I was like, yeah, I liked it. I was like, except for that hospital scene, I was like, it just didn't make any sense. It was like out of place, and it was just pointless. And he's like, well, that's just how those people are.
Yeah.
And I was like, what people?
Yes.
He's like, yeah, he's just those people. He's like, I was like, well, what do you mean? He's like, that's just how those fucking people all are. They get drunk and they get guns and they want to fucking break and burn stuff. And I was like, well, what do you mean by like those people? And like he didn't want to say it, like, I could tell like, he saw the Jamie Lee Curtis thing, like saying it's about Trump supporters.
Dude, if he didn't, then that's even more fucked. That it like worked.
It warped his mind.
It fucking worked. Yeah. Like that's the thing that.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, that's just how those people are. It's fucking stupid, and they get drunk and want to shoot things. Yeah, and I was like,
break into the Capitol.
I was like, I don't know. I think they were all just like upset that there's this guy running around their fucking town killing their family members and friends.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, no, they're just fucking drunk and stupid.
The whole hospital?
And I was like all those people? And he's like, yeah, it's just all those people. And I was like, what do you mean those people?
Yeah.
Like, I wanted him to say it.
Yeah.
I wanted him to say Trump supporters.
Right? Because they've almost...
But he couldn't because there was no one holding a Trump sign.
Yeah, there isn't anybody holding one. I said that as like a joke because that's what they made them look like. And it's funny because now they've created like a race.
That's what's funny to me though.
Yeah.
Because she said that. Because she said that's what it's about though. I was looking for it and like it was fucked up to me because they didn't look like Trump supporters, like it didn't look like Trump's. It just looked like normal fucking people.
Yeah,
and that's why I was so shocked at like his response to it. Like that's how those people are, And it was like, what do you mean those people like normal ass fucking people?
Yeah, like who starts it? Like it's like probably like it's older white guys in the hospital.
It's Tommy fucking Doyle.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm saying
Tommy Doyle, who was part of it, man.
He's
traumatized as a kid.
He's at an older point, white dude. And
white dude.
Old man, white dude. That's a cop. That they're like,
his daughter was killed.
Yeah, I know.
His daughter was killed by her.
I understood the. Yeah, I get you. I get you. Yeah. No, but that's fucked up. What you just said is fucked up.
It was fucked up.
Because that means that guy got so hard that he's like, I don't know, that it's working. And that's scary.
Yeah. There's probably a lot of people that think that way.
Oh, I know there is. And what if,
Yeah.
I honestly think, like I said, he's into horror. I think he saw the Jamie Lee Curtis thing.
You just didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
Like, I think he saw that. She said it was about Trump supporters.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
I've
never seen it, but nor have I been looking for it. But he was probably, looking into horror movie stuff that was coming out.
I was baiting him hard, man. I was like, I wanted him to say it. I wanted him to say Trump supporters. And then I could just be like, wait, what do? They just break everything? I want to be like, oh, you mean like the Black Lives Matter protests? And
you
all
can't
those
say that
all those liberals out there burning down cities.
Yeah, starting autonomous zones.
Isn't it insane that everyone literally acts like that whole summer never happened? Like everyone literally just
nobody likes talking about that.
Exactly.
Man. Nobody talks about it.
And how about the fact
right.
that it doesn't feel like it did happen either? Like there's like that part of the year just almost feels like it didn't happen.
Yeah, because it's not talked about.
I know. It's crazy.
No, it's like it was memory hold. Everything just gets memory hold, basically.
It's a programming technique, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is. Like some sort of the
It's
idea of us being
that's
AI, like or already AI, like simulation theory is like so like it's so it's prevalent. Like the fact that they're like able to compute our minds to turn off and on, and I mean that's happening constantly.
Yes.
Like aren't we just?
You mean manipulate?
Being
able to manipulate
like a machine.
You're
just a machine.
You know what though? They were able to manipulate even before computing and stuff like that through the use of like psychology, like mass psychological emotional programming. But so who's check back in the game real quick while
they lost, bro.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
that sucks.
2-0. I think it was 2-0. But yeah, so you're never gonna watch a Halloween movie, huh? You should watch Rob Zombies, bro.
Maybe. I might. I would check it out. I mean,
don't get a girl. Have you ever? Don't watch it with a girl, bro.
No, dude.
All right.
I know it's
bad judgment. Unless they're into horror. Like you got to make sure they're into horror if you go watch Rob Zombies because it's fucked.
Have you? Well, okay. Let me ask you this: have you ever seen As Above, So Below?
Yeah,
I love that movie. That's like my kind of horror movie.
Yeah, I love that movie. I thought, like, I wish that movie would be redone.
Why?
Because I think it could be scary. To me, it feels like the demo version. Like it feels like a demo version. I feel like I think a lot of movies out there, like I know everyone hates remakes and stuff. Me personally, like I think remakes are, I think I like remakes if they're done well. And I think there's nothing wrong with remaking stuff because I think there's a lot of things that feel like demo versions, like going back to being in a band and everything. As a band, you create songs and then you record them usually on your own or really cheap, and you make a demo, right? And then you use that demo to catch interest, and then after that you spend more money and re-record those songs at better quality.
Okay.
And you fix the things that were wrong with the demo, usually to make them better. And I think a lot of movies have that quality, have a demo quality, and I think that was one of them. Like it was good and it's scary and everything, but I think it like
could have done.
It gives better. The idea. It gives me it was like, all right, I like the story of this. I like how it was done. Like I like the story of this. Can we make it scarier? I think it can be made scarier. Same thing with I watched Event Horizon. Right? You ever seen Event Horizon?
It, no.
You ever seen Event Horizon?
No.
Like 97. The guy from Jurassic Park, Sam.
Is it about a comet hitting the Earth?
Sam
or something?
Neill.
What is it? About?
Like the main dude,
Grant
from Jurassic Park. It's him, Lawrence Fishburne. Basically, about they go into space. They're in space, and it's like 2040. It takes place in like 2040, and scientists figured out how to do like space travel, like jumping.
Yeah.
Do space travel with this ship called Event Horizon, and they went from like Earth to like I think Neptune.
Okay.
In like a day, and how they do it is they basically fold space and time, right? Like put the camera on me so they could see how I'm doing my hands.
He needs his hand gestures.
They talk about this in Interstellar too. They stole Interstellar, kind of stole this from. I'm sure it's like a physics thing, but they used it in Event Horizon first. You take a piece of paper and you look at a piece of paper as if it's space, right? Okay. And what this ship was able to do is take the piece of paper and fold it,
make a hole,
right, from point A to point B. Mm-hmm. So traveling through it. So what happens is when the ship did that, they lost contact, and it was like the whole crew and everything just disappeared for like 7 years, and nobody knew what happened. So what you're watching is this ship going to investigate what happened. Because they found the ship, and so they go onto the ship and find out what happened. In a nutshell, is when they went through that travel, it went interdimensional, and they basically went through hell. The ship melded with hell basically by going through. So it's saying like hell is interdimensional. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so by going through it, they brought an evil on the ship. They brought hell like on the ship, and
so it's actually kind of like a horror movie.
It is a horror movie. Okay. It's a space horror movie. And the thing about it is it's really good, but it needs to be remade. It needs to be remade.
Yeah. I mean, especially with like newer technology, newer things. Yeah. We were talking about horror movies, and one of them I named As Above, So Below. He said just could be redone.
I don't know if I've ever seen As Above,
a good one.
It's a good one.
I don't even know what that is.
That's where they it's like a found footage one where they go under the catacombs in Europe.
Yeah, it's in Paris.
In Paris. France. Do you know what the catacombs are, Jim?
Yeah.
So they go in the catacombs and like they're looking for some type of biblical thing. It's like an archaeologist.
Yeah,
this archaeologist finds like
this sounds dope.
Yeah, she finds like this.
It is sweet.
She's finding like it's like devil shit.
Movie,
it's like some devil like type shit that she finds, and she's like, oh, there's more. You know, it's kind of like what's the Da Vinci Code?
Yeah.
Right. Like she's finding all these clues that lead her to a next place, and this one last clue she leads is telling her to go. You know,
down.
It's down in the catacombs. Basically, is where the big surprise is going to be. The big thing. It's like some jewel or something. You know, they can like flip. But anyways, so they get.
I can't even remember.
They get like people that are like urban. I don't know what to call it, like spelunkers or whatever.
Yeah, it's like cave. They're like urban explorers, like urban spelunkers.
Yeah,
they go into like caves and under the
street people that like go into the catacombs for fun and like explore them and have gone really, really deep before. And so they get like this little crew together and they start going down there, and it's crazy because the deeper they go, they basically enter hell.
Okay.
They basically get to hell, and like
a lot of parallels to this in Event Horizon a little bit.
Like they get to a spot where it's like
you have to go down.
It tells you by entering here, you're entering hell. Yeah. And it's funny because like they talk about like the people, the street team, right? They talk about some guy, people go missing in the catacombs and shit, and they talking about their one buddy that's like super good at exploring the catacombs went missing like 3 years ago, and nobody's ever seen him since. And then like they go down and they get deeper, and they get to like areas where it's like completely pitch black, and like this dude just pops up. And he's just there.
Yeah, that's a
and he's like, they're like, have you been down here this whole time? And it's like, it gets creepy.
I like the whole concept. There's that part when like they go down, right? They go like down into the water, and then they come up, and it's like a new level. It's like
yes,
the whole as above, so below concept.
Like it
where
flips.
It's like hell, yeah, and it flips.
Reality flipped.
Yeah. It's a cool movie.
Yeah, it's crazy that this shit exists. Actually.
It is. It is really crazy.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like that's a thing. We can go to that's like a tourist attraction in Paris.
Yeah, it's like a huge mass grave, basically.
Wow.
From just that, like
nobody questioned who these people are.
Thousands of years. I mean,
who are these people?
Those are all kids, bro.
Yeah.
We don't know.
The death cults.
Damn.
You guys know,
I have some thoughts about that, actually. Some thoughts about this.
What?
When was this made?
I don't know. This is like old, super
This was
old.
like
Look
2015.
No, not the movie. The actual catacombs.
Yeah, Google that. You know what the Georgia Guidestones
They
are.
talk. Right? Watch the movie, man. They talk about
break it down.
Yeah, they tell you what the catacombs are in it, and but yeah, it is a really good movie. I like that movie.
Late 18th century.
Yeah, they're like.
That's like 1700s, then, right?
Mm-hmm. Go down real quick. Though.
That's history down
when did
there
it,
that they're
when
burying.
was it like?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's civilizations. Those are empires. That's the
100%.
Tartarian Empire.
They built this shit out of human skulls, and we go see this shit as like
that's the people, bro, that they got rid of.
That's wild, dude. I do want to see this. I want to see both those movies, to be honest.
Yeah, Event Horizon is really good. It's just outdated.
Yeah,
it's just completely out. You were talking 97, trying to do space, special effects and stuff. Like, concept of the story is really good. It's
like if Interstellar went into a dark.
Yeah, they should just let fucking Christopher Nolan.
They should. They fucking should.
Go up real quick. Don't Google catacombs creation. Google like when were the catacombs?
Land speed.
Yeah, like Google like when were the catacombs in Paris like created.
Yeah, I'm good at like making all this shit happen, but as when it comes to the Google searches,
when were catacombs in Paris built? The bottom one.
Yeah,
there you go.
Let it think for me.
I just want to see what they even say though.
Yeah, I mean,
6 million people.
6 million people?
Are the remains? Look to the right. What it says. Catacombs of Paris, which hold the remains of more than 6 million people.
That's a motherfucking genocide.
It's fucking crazy. I wonder.
These people all died. So is the narrative that these people all just like died of natural causes?
I don't know.
And then they're like, hey, we're gonna build a a really cool
out of your skulls
shrine of all these people's skulls.
Yeah,
like,
we're gonna organize it like really neat and everything. That is weird.
It's gonna fucking be a hit in the 2000s
tourism industry.
Yeah, they're gonna love it.
That is crazy.
In the 21st century.
Yeah, 21st.
How does that work? Why do I not know why it's like that? Why is it a year off of the actual year? Is this a
because we've already gotten to
question, but
because we already have gotten to the 20th, right? The 20th century ended. So now we're like starting
at 99, right?
At 2000 was the last day of the 20th century, right?
Okay.
And then now day one after that would be the 21st century.
Oh man, dude, there's rabbit holes you can go down talking about how like we're not even in the right time.
I was just wondering where the whole century thing came from.
So what do we figure out here?
The catacombs is a big mass grave that
6 million people, and they just decided to like organize the skulls decoratively and like put it all together.
Imagine if they would have done that in
1809
those days.
This guy gets talking about numbers. He goes right back to
6 million, 600.
600. We don't know.
Well, come on. For real. Why were there so many chimneys?
I don't know.
No, what were we talking about?
Do you guys want to talk about crypto?
I do. I do a little bit for sure.
Okay.
Crypto bores me, bro.
Yeah, I don't.
It's just about. Yeah. Okay. I feel you.
But a real quick hit on it is the fact that I do think you're onto something with this Ethereum, Bitcoin
nonsense
bounce that you've been kind of describing to me. Like,
oh yeah, by the end of the year, it's
so if you don't fuck with crypto, I don't fuck with crypto, so I don't really know much about this, but the boy Enzo fucks with crypto a little bit, and what he's saying pretty much is that Ethereum.
Hang on, I'm not a financial advisor. Go ahead.
Straight, yeah, right on. But he is. Never mind.
All right,
know where I was going.
You're our
with that.
financial advisor.
Yeah,
yeah, straight. You actually, you motherfucking are a financial advisor because I am taking financial advice from you. So, but you guys don't have to.
Yeah, you guys don't have
sue
to.
Enzo for when you lose all your money and buy Ethereum. But it's a promising thing right now. And what do you think? What do you think that this? Where do you think that this cryptocurrency is like? Actually, yeah, like what's the purpose of it?
So, all right, like Bitcoin, they figured out just a way to store value, like on this network. Ethereum was the upgrade to that. And then, they figured out how to essentially like make programs out of cryptocurrency. So Ethereum right now, like you guys know what NFTs are, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we talked about
and that. So now like the next big step is called the metaverse. Like Facebook is changing its name to Meta. Yeah.
Yeah. What is this shit? Is this like that's
like virtual reality?
Is that like Ready One Player or
yes.
Player?
Ready Player One. Yes.
I think of
that is exactly what it's like. Like they're basically.
So now, but why do you think? All right.
So why is it blowing up now?
Crypto's a psyop then.
Crypto is not a psyop. It's the next step in technology past the internet. All right. Yeah. And it's gonna
play right into their meta.
People are going to use it absolutely for nefarious purposes. But Facebook, they're just behind the times and they're trying to rebrand because they're like, crypto's coming. This metaverse is about to just explode. We need to get like in on this. And that's why they're rebranding to Meta.
You know Facebook's CIA, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
But so this technology, it's open source, which means anybody can create a cryptocurrency. You can create one. I can create one. And it's all based on how you program it, so you can set the rules of what each cryptocurrency does, which is why some of them are going to have different purposes. But it's just especially right now, like if anyone is listening to this, we're at the end of a Bitcoin halvening cycle. Like we're about to see like parabolic movement probably from the price, meaning it's going to shoot way up and then probably go down. And as cryptocurrency is getting more like mass adopted by whether it's companies using NFTs or banks taking advantage of like XRP, for example.
Or even more people just being plugged the fuck in.
Yeah, like, Shiba Inu. Have you ever heard of that? People are just buying this shit. It's like...
I've heard of that.
What do you mean by plugged in, though? You mean knowing about it, or...
I mean, okay, so this is
Everything you're saying to me though sounds like it's
a psyop.
It's all planned.
It is,
and it's been planned for like.
Well, was the internet
2
planned?
decades.
Probably. Like, was the internet?
Well, can't we agree that the stock market was planned?
Yeah.
Right. So right now is a time that like there's things happening with crypto that if you get into it, you might be able to. If you aren't plugged in and you want to get some gain from it,
Yes.
now might be the time to do that.
Yes.
Because you'll be able to.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so
unplug.
it's like the internet. The internet's planned, right? I think the internet was planned and everything, and they took it, the theys of the world.
Yeah. Took
What?
it.
Nothing.
Who are
Not
they?
not the trans.
Oh, okay. Good. You can talk about it.
Yeah. Oh God.
The theys
Yeah.
took it and was like, all right, we're going to use this as a tool
Mm-hmm.
for manipulation and everything like that to fucking herd the sheep, you know?
Mm-hmm.
What happened though is that it's such a powerful tool that it got out of their hands. It's not, it got out of their control.
Yeah.
Okay. So people were able to use it against them now. Okay.
Correct.
It was like an uncontrollable tool. So Bitcoin is kind of, or yeah.
Cryptocurrency and blockchain is the next evolution.
Is that, I think it is that, and it's been planned for a long time, but right, Jim's saying like right now it's kind of out of their control right now. So a normal person can play with it.
Well,
right
yeah, you mean, okay.
But eventually
you're not going to be able to make money with it anymore.
Yeah.
Eventually, like, but we're talking that's like 5 years in the future, 10 years where you can't make any money on it anymore. But the thing that I want to say is like, do you think Klaus Schwab, for example, I don't even know if you can't even say his name, but do you think he or like George Soros or something?
Timestamp on this.
Yeah, you bleep those out. Do you think like these level of people that they intuitively understand this technology like blockchain enough to know like what it's going to be used for? I don't think so. I
don't know who Klaus
Schwab. He's like, you don't know who that is?
Schwab?
It's like the guy who's the Great Reset guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
You can
That's
say
what I
his
thought.
name.
Yeah, you can say.
Yeah, the guy who looks like Dr. Evil.
Okay.
The Great Reset guy. But these people, George Soros, all these people that are the ones who would be making plays to like control it and manipulate it and all that stuff.
Do I think they know?
Well, do you think that they understand the technology?
But
they have
they have people that understand it.
And I think exactly they had to catch up. Like all this stuff started happening, they had to catch up, and now all these just seeing now.
No,
like,
maybe
they
do.
changing.
No, I think they do understand it.
Like Meta is them catching up. You know what I mean? Like Facebook doesn't have a blockchain or a cryptocurrency yet because they're behind. Because they don't have anybody to like develop, for example, their own blockchain. They have to already go to another blockchain that already exists. These companies are like just catching on. You know what I mean? Because it's so new.
Or they want you to think that.
Or they want us to think that. But I mean,
just saying.
Or Eminem's
even
clone.
Even still, like there's Monero. That's one that's totally like people would use it on the black market because it's untraceable, totally unhackable, untraceable, anything, you know, if you need to move money. So there's that component of like freedom and having your own.
Don't you think that these people have been using this to move money then?
I don't think they have until more recently. I think now they are definitely,
That's why we're seeing such a spike in it.
Yeah, this is why now it's just going way up, you know.
Like they're like, hold on, we can move. I can put X amount of thousands of dollars into this
Bitcoin,
and it's gonna fucking turn into $1 million in 2 years.
Yes.
Okay, and no one's gonna know where that money came from.
Well, you can be held there. You know, you can just keep it there, and it can just grow in value. You know, and like
they're using it.
They're using it now for sure. But like even you talk to people who work at like I have friends who work at like Wells Fargo, and they're like deep into like investing and stuff like that. And they're in the traditional financial world of like stocks. And even they are like not really hip to what's kind of like going on. Like I didn't even know anything about it until this year. And I work in tech, but I mean, those people who like got into Bitcoin and all that stuff years ago that just somehow like it clicked for them and they were like, okay, I understand what this is capable of. Those people are like ultra just successful, set for life because they bought in early. And so my thoughts are just
but they're also obsessed with it probably.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
I mean,
true.
like if you had an opportunity to just sort of like create wealth, generational wealth for yourself through this. Like, to me, it just makes sense. And I mean, it's going to explode just like the internet. There's so many companies that are going to be using this. Like Walmart China is partnering with different companies.
Like your mom and my dad are going to buy the Meta coin, the Facebook Meta coin.
Down the line, when they finally discover like what this is, like it'll probably take another 3, 4, 5 years for that generation to even think about like putting their money into cryptocurrency.
Meantime,
or digital
we're doing
currency.
this podcast from a farm, all right, that we've created a colony on.
Exactly.
That all of our families, a homestead, are milking cows because we bought Ethereum
back in the day
when it was worthless, quote unquote.
So what is it? Why Ethereum?
Ethereum is the one that has the largest developer pool because it's the second cryptocurrency really that came out, and it was the first one that they figured out. Okay, not only
behind Bitcoin.
Bitcoin was the first one.
Okay.
But Bitcoin, they didn't have a way to make it basically, like I said, programmable, where you could make it do certain things. Like if you said, okay, I am in a band and I want to make put my 5 albums on the blockchain, and I want only people that buy these particular album NFTs, only those people get to have my albums. Like if I'm Eminem, maybe I put out a secret album, or whatever, and it's it's on Ethereum, and the only way you can get it is by buying it with Ethereum. So you'll have that particular NFT, right? So if that's why Ethereum became popular, they found a way to attach it to items or programmable through purchases, and they're even making video games on it.
If you want to listen to Secret Hideout podcasts, just send us 1 Bitcoin. That's all we need.
Hey, donate crypto. Yeah,
donate
it's
us
way
with
easier.
1 Bitcoin. 1 Bitcoin would be. You need a drink?
Mm-hmm.
No.
He needs a drink.
Yeah, I got that. I got that cotton mouth all the time, dude.
Got that. I made you hear it now, didn't I? I'm sorry, but no. All right.
So Ethereum's popular for that reason. They're speculating it's going to go up to
What are
100K.
you thinking right now? I need to know where you're thinking, because I think that.
Bro, I'm thinking Dave Chappelle was not as big as he was in the last episode.
No, he wasn't.
Special,
maybe he was on steroids before. And he had that big head from
the
water retaining.
I gotta get you back here. We're milking cows, dog.
Yeah, milking cows.
Hey, we're on a farm, okay? All of us. The kids are playing. We have this land
because we got an Ethereum. So they think Ethereum's going to be the big one.
Yes.
There's going to be tons, dude. But Ethereum right now is the big dog.
How is that going to work?
Because each one has different purpose. So some have purpose
and
for
all these
banking,
other idiots
some are
just gonna plug back into them, keep plugging back into them, and then they're gonna be in the metaverse with their goggles on, and they're gonna be trading fucking fake fruit, getting fucking dying in a chair, while we're on a farm.
Exactly.
Dog, with our friends.
We're not gonna be allowed to do that
with our friends living around us.
No, it makes sense. I mean, if you look into Agenda 2030, that's what they want. They want everybody to move into these cities, these smart cities that are covered in fucking 8G, radiation and everything like that, living in small pods, on their fucking metaverse goggles.
Yes.
They want Ready Player One.
Yes.
They
want fucking the Black Mirror episode
Yes.
2.
Yes.
Where everyone's in the cube watching their screens.
I'll tell you exactly what they want to do.
Avatars, that's what they want.
They want you to they want you to be in the metaverse. They have specific cryptocurrencies already for this. One of them is called Decentraland. They want you to be going to a virtual concert or a virtual show that Elon Musk or your favorite artist is putting on. Instead of going to the venue, you're experiencing it digitally, right? And then
Black Mirror,
Yeah.
where everyone's clapping at the the American Idol. Have you watched Black Mirror?
No, I don't know. But
Never watched Black
Mirror. Meanwhile,
you gotta watch Black Mirror.
Meanwhile, we have acres in Texas.
we get 20 acres, 30 acres, all live on the corners.
We build our own, and we surround that thing with
Campground.
Bro, I'm ready to do this now.
Same,
Well,
but
saying-
you got to get some money first.
I'm
you got to, right? And then so why do you think?
Well, how do we do that?
Why do you think
Cryptocurrency is the future, dude. I'm telling you.
I'm biggest Joe Rogan.
I'm gonna have some money.
I'm on Joe Rogan's dick all the time on this, but why do you think my dude moved to Texas, bought a bunch of land, and is trying to build a a community of what he does. He's like, so like you and I, like we like to play music.
Owen Benjamin too.
Owen Benjamin. Why did he move to the fucking middle of nowhere and
on land
and try to create a community that he backs?
Yeah,
because it's going to be the only safe way forward once the communist dictatorship takes over.
Dude, they're fucking open.
There's
about
another
this.
dude. There was a dude on tinfoil hat that was like the same thing. He moved his family to
the
fucking
guy who
Texas.
worships Odin.
No, not that dude, but that dude too. That dude's different. But yeah, another guy that it was another guy that moved to Texas.
Yeah.
And lives in some like little town where like you can like go out and just like shoot your gun in your backyard and like nobody cares. Like
because none of this shit exists in those areas. Like we're plugged in. We're in the thing. We're in the moving everything of the
metaverse.
Where are we all going, dude?
In the metaverse.
I mean, that's the only reason I don't move out of state is like family and friends.
Well, and I know,
but I ain't got many friends.
But
like,
I'm trying to. The thing is, like
Joe and Amanda.
I'm trying to build it. I mean,
we gotta
can't just snap my fingers.
We got to see where we're gonna move.
Yeah,
and that's what we have to do. Like we have to, if we have to get unplugged from this,
takes resources though.
It does take resources.
You have to build that first, so that way you can put this plan into action. You can't just because like think about it all the time.
I'm ready, bro. I got a shotgun.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, I want to like get some land. It would be nice to have some land somewhere, and to do that,
you gotta have land.
Because when you get that
dude,
land,
I'm about to get some chickens, bro.
I think all this shit falls like, I think it's like, Tim Pool, another one that did it.
Alex Jones did the same thing.
Moved on to land. I mean, all these people are,
Dave Chappelle did the same thing.
There are people that are seeing
Dave Chappelle
what's
lives in Ohio.
He moved to some like
rural
town in Ohio, right?
No, he lives in like hip. Like he explains it on his special.
The hipster part thing.
He basically lives in Ann Arbor.
He has a bunch of land in a farmhouse.
Kanye is like in the middle of nowhere now too, for the same reason.
He's got I think those are a little different. That's more like that's famous people. All famous people live on a bunch of land.
A lot of
Some
famous
live
people
in New York.
A lot of famous people fucking live in fucking LA.
I think they know, dude. I think these people know like what's going on. They know what the agenda is. And
don't want to be part of it.
They don't want to be around when it goes down.
Yeah. And I think, like you said, I mean, you've made this prediction that you think it's going to happen, because I think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. That's if Ethereum or Bitcoin.
So wait, we gotta wait to do all this until we make money off Dogecoin?
No, I would not. Dogecoin is not one that I would.
Basically, that's what we're saying though here.
No, take your Dogecoin right away, switch it for Ethereum.
But there's a potential for a big uprise of these other ones.
This is like, it's not that you have to wait for this. It's just that literally people are becoming millionaires overnight, dude.
Fuck you, money, real quick.
Like when you drive around, do it. Like you're gonna.
I don't have enough. I don't think I have enough money to make money off it.
It's all about how you play it. So, like for example, right now we're at the end of a cycle. It's gonna go up. It could go up like 30K in a couple weeks if you are to like sell at the top, and then when it hits the bottom, you buy back again. And then you set it to earn interest, and then in the next 4 years, when the next cycle hits, you were to do the same thing. You sell at the top, you have a nice bag at that point. And like. That's going to be just worth so much money. Because also think about this. It's global. It's not
we should have been saving our money.
It's not only in the... Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's not only in the USA. Like the USA stock market, you can only buy like stocks for USA stock market if you live in USA, I'm pretty sure. Like you can't... If you live in like China or Italy, for example, you can't like buy Apple stock on the US stock market. But Bitcoin is global.
Yeah.
So anyone can buy it anywhere. So right there... Like,
it's for
the potential for it to just be huge.
Sure bad. All right, it's for sure bad.
Yeah,
I don't think it is. I think it's gonna be used in bad ways, but I think also there's a back door there for like being able to take control of your assets and being able to not have to go through a bank, like literally.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? To be able to say like, you can trade with. I can trade. It's peer-to-peer like value, so I can trade my money to Jim and no one has to know about it. No, like they can.
Now is the IRS and shit gonna get involved with that?
Oh, they're absolutely gonna be trying to stop this right now. Absolutely. Like they're trying right now to like formulate legislation because dude, people are just
it's like Kratom about to be illegal, dog. What are you gonna do? Buy a bunch of Kratom. All right.
Yeah. Like now is the time to get in before they
Start
like
growing that shit.
start growing that kratom.
Yeah.
It takes a long time. I think it takes like 10
Does it?
years or some shit. Yeah.
It's crazy.
For it to like, it's something crazy like that. I don't know if it's 10 years, but I know it's a long time to get like matured.
But you never know, man. It could be in the next 6 months that we have an opportunity to grow your own kratom or have your own farm,
That's
like
what,
we were talking about.
Yeah, that's what.
In the next 6 to 8 months.
6 to 8 months, we could do it.
Depends how you invest your money.
Well,
I'm
fuck,
telling
let's
you,
get
dude.
on it, man.
I'm doing it. I've been doing it since February. Like, it's all just
I
about
don't
like.
need my car. I'll sell that shit.
I don't
You
even own my
don't
car.
even have to, man.
I
You
don't
just
even
have
own
to
my car.
get the right ones. You know, you have to get the right crypto at the right time. It's crazy. Like, you'd be surprised how many people have just made a lot of money.
But the thing is, I'm saying those people that are making a lot of money are probably doing a lot of stupid stuff or getting obsessed with this and then becoming addicted to trading this because I'm sure there's like a dopamine release. Like when I open my Coinbase,
It's like gambling.
It is gambling.
It is
Speculating.
Yeah, it is all gambling.
But I mean, yeah, you could just also just buy and hold. But I agree with you. There's the you don't want to get obsessed and you don't want to be like constantly checking it and trading and watching the price all day. But for me, it's just like.
But if you can make a quick bag,
if you can make cash
and
just set yourself up, dude, it's just worth it. You know.
Yeah.
Only because it's right now and we're at the very beginning. I don't fuck with the stock market for that reason. It's like everything's already in place there. You know, like the institutions have already taken control of that. All the money's already in. You know, like. In crypto, that's still just happening now. So it's like you can get in early, but
Right on.
So buy crypto, buy some land,
Buy some crypto, buy some land. We'll talk about this Texas shit because I'm ready, man. I'm ready to get the fuck out of here.
Same.
Go to Texas.
I want to have some.
I hate living here now.
Even if you move to like northern Michigan and you had like property, you just want Texas.
Yeah, I'm sick of the weather here and shit too.
Same.
Like, I just don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in cities and shit like that. Before we end it though, I just want to get in a couple random stuff.
2:30. Wow. Yeah.
Did you guys see that they found I guess there's like a 9,000-year-old Stonehenge type thing in Lake Michigan?
Really?
No.
Like in the bottom of Lake Michigan, they found I can't.
It's probably some Viking shit, dude.
Well, yeah,
and the Vikings came here way before
I was thinking,
Christopher Columbus.
yeah, they found like a stone. It's like a kind of like a miniature Stonehenge thing, and then there's also like a rock with like a mammoth painting on it, like a woolly mammoth.
Oh wow.
Painted on it at the bottom of Lake Michigan. I was trying to stone.
No, that's way older than the Vikings.
Did you say Wales?
Way older than the Vikings.
Way older.
Yeah. Like Stonehenge, that's like really old.
But is it
Okay, so this isn't new. I
Do
guess
we
this.
know?
I guess this is old. I guess they found it in 2007. I brought it up.
Lake Michigan
So-
Stonehenge.
Yeah, rocks found in Lake Michigan look like miniature Stonehenge. In 2007, while searching for remains of sunken ships, they discovered a stone structure at the depths of 12 meters in Lake Michigan.
Let me see a picture of it.
So there it is, right there. Right here.
Oh.
Right there. And then that's the mammoth picture that they found.
That looks fake as fuck.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know why.
What do you mean it looks fake as
I don't
fuck?
know.
It looks like a painting on a...
How did the painting stay
So
on
wow,
there?
they just found these rocks just.
Because it's probably not paint, Jim.
So why aren't those
It's
rocks
9,000
falling
years
over?
old. It's probably something...
That's
Don't
weird.
be asking me questions, bro. I just learned about this
that's weird.
today.
Did you watch that Asha Logos video, man?
Not yet.
Okay, Jim watched it, and it's interesting to see old things like that are in places that you wouldn't think they would be. Like, why is there Stonehenge? Like, why are those statues in the water? Why, like, it's interesting to see that kind of stuff.
Because this was before the Great Flood.
Before the Great Flood, you mean the glaciers and all that stuff? Or are you saying like Noah Great Flood?
The Noah Great Flood, bro.
Interesting.
Like the catastrophic event that happened. Or
And
at
just-
least one of them.
Yeah, they could happen over and over. Many great floods.
Interesting to think of.
That's why
Cataclysmic event.
all like cultures have.
This is
a
in
story
Lake
of
Michigan, though?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Another thing I want to bring up is that the Kyle Rittenhouse trial began today.
Let's go from Stonehenge
Yeah.
to that.
to some of this.
Man, yeah, you know what? I've seen pictures in
Or-
other countries where
The
they.
jury was selected. Okay.
I think I've seen pictures in other countries where they're at like soccer games and they have huge flags saying Kyle Rittenhouse did nothing wrong. Like in like Bulgaria and like
Really?
yeah, like huge
dude.
flags.
Yeah, dude. Real quick, going back on the Stonehead thing. I just wanted to bring up. You know what? We're not seeing a picture of anywhere.
What?
Pandas.
No pandas, bro.
Ain't no fucking pandas.
Dude, I want
baby.
to talk about penguins, dude. Look at those motherfuckers.
Are they
We'll
fake,
get
bro?
there.
Look at
Are they
them,
fucking
bro.
robots?
I don't know, dude. Look at those
Those are
sloppy
fucking
motherfuckers.
robots put in, Antarctica, so that
For what purpose?
to protect them. That's like one of the reasons why you're not
What are they
allowed
like
to go to Antarctica,
kamikaze suicide
is
bomb
to
penguins?
protect penguins, bro.
Hmm.
You're not allowed to go there.
Penguins, dude.
'cause
Penguins.
I don't know
They're
about this
protecting penguins.
Antarctica thing. I have to. I'm not sure about
Exactly.
it.
You don't
still.
know
I
anything
don't know
about it, so stop laughing at it.
I don't know, man. I gotta do some research on that.
You never
one.
seen the pyramid of Antarctica?
No, is there one?
Oh yeah.
No, that's interesting.
Oh yeah.
I think it's like
It
I'd
used
like
to,
to
you
see
used to be
that.
able to see it on
It's
Google
fake.
Earth. They took it out. They black it out now.
I'd like to see that.
You think it's fake?
I don't think it's fake, but
No,
people think it's fake.
It ain't fake, bro. That shit's real.
These are the images. It's kind of like one of those things that's like,
How did they get that picture,
yeah. A lot of these are, I'm sure, fake.
bro? The History Channel's like Ancient Aliens History Channel. The fucking History Channel.
It's mainly the same picture over and over again.
Which one do you
I
think?
think that's viewable from an area that you're allowed
This
to go.
one is the one that's like this is the one that everyone talks about. Right here.
Yeah.
This is the picture.
Because
That's real.
that's been brought on the news.
Here's like
That's
the
it's
Google
not
Earth.
fake. That's not fake. It's been brought on news. Like
It
it's
almost-
on news
it-
captions where they're like,
Yeah.
yo, it's not pyramid. It's a mountain.
Yeah. They've like debunked it as mountains.
It's a
and
mountain.
Yeah.
It's been debunked like a million
Of
different
course it
ways.
has.
Yeah,
Everything's
exactly.
been
That's what I'm
debunked,
saying.
man. That's
But that's a fucking pyramid. Like no mountain looks
Look
like
at-
that.
yeah.
Like that's all debunked articles and shit. But if you look at it, it's like the Giza plateau too. So it's like it's
Yeah,
almost set up
pyramid.
Yeah. just like in the Orion belt.
And
Mhm.
if it is a pyramid, it's like I think it's like a shit ton bigger than
The other pyramids that we
the
know
Great
of.
Pyramid of Giza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the pyramid.
At one point in time, that land, even if it's there, however it's there, it was fucking not.
Antarctica. You mean
It
when it was
wasn't-
just like Pangea?
It
When was
wasn't
that
frozen.
one
But this
landmass?
bitch don't know about Pangea.
What do you mean?
You guys listen to Little Dicky at all?
No.
Oh, you have to hear that.
All right. Yeah, that's interesting, man.
Pangea.
Definitely
I lost your camera.
Oh, you did.
bummer.
Yeah, it's all good though.
Anyways, back to Kyle Rittenhouse. So I guess before this, last week, the judge ruled. I guess I don't know what would it be, defendants or
The prosecutors,
The defendants are defending him, right? Like
Yeah,
I don't know how it's going. So
defendants, his
He-
team. The prosecutors are the team
He's
that's
the defendant.
Yeah.
So I guess their team got the judge to rule that during the trial, the prosecutors aren't allowed to address the people that got shot by him as victims,
Yeah, I heard about this.
which I think is fucking like big. I think
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
big.
I think he said what did he say?
Because
They have to be rioters, looters, or
Yeah.
something else.
They should be combatants. I mean, they
Yeah.
were like,
I think that's a
crazy.
big win right there for him
Yeah.
to get that.
It is
Because they're not going to be able to play the victim card, which
Yeah.
they were going to try to do.
it's gonna be an interesting trial.
dude, if this trial goes bad, it's really bad. I think for
no
the
matter
US.
which way it goes, I think it's
Yeah, it's going to go bad either way.
You think so?
Oh,
If-
yeah.
if he-
because
if-
if he gets put away for life,
Terrible because that's.
the conservatives and everything out there are going to fucking lose their mind.
I don't
Maybe
think they
not.
will.
Like they're not going to burn down cities or anything like that.
No,
But
But it could be the first of many times that sort of situation
they
happens.
might actually peacefully protest. But if he goes free, the left's going to like burn down places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is gonna be in the minds of all.
And
the
then a
jury.
year later, they won't talk about it.
Exactly. It'll
Yeah.
just get memory hold.
Memory hold, bro. That's fucking for real.
But if he gets off, bro, I was saying, Jim, like, if he gets off, like, I think that he's gonna be set. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's gonna get so many like sponsorships and like,
probably,
get a job at fucking what's that one that Candace Owen works for?
Turning Point or something like that.
Daily
Daily Beast. Is it the Daily Wire? Daily Beast?
Daily Wire.
Gotcha.
Daily Wire.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Or is that the dude that does the podcast that we talked about in the beginning?
Ben Shapiro?
No, that's High Wire.
Yeah, that's Del Bigtree.
Brains malfunctioning now.
I'm excited for that trial though. Like, I'm not gonna like watch it, but
is it gonna be one of those trials?
I don't know.
That's like watchable. That would be a big tell of what's gonna happen if they're showing everyone the trial. Then I think that it's gonna definitely be a guilty verdict, and if they don't show everybody a trial, it's gonna be a not guilty verdict.
Yeah. Well, you guys know like that Derek Chauvin or something like that. Like I don't even want to watch these trials, but I'm surprised they even have like a lawyer that's willing to represent Kyle Rittenhouse, because like that Derek Chauvin guy, I don't even think he has an attorney, because they all like left him or something like that.
Yeah, that shit's
Crazy.
wild.
It is wild.
You can't even like get anything from it. Like you can't even get a fair trial or whatever. You know what I mean? You're just left hung to dry.
Yeah,
like,
pretty much.
Cast out.
Yep.
Okay, and then the last thing is Colin Kaepernick has been getting blasted all day today,
shit,
dude.
And it makes. I mean, I haven't watched his show on Netflix, but all the clips they're showing, like, it's just like, are you serious? Like,
I didn't even know he had a Netflix show. What's his Netflix show?
It's I think it's a movie.
It's like
a documentary.
Documentary about him. Okay.
Where he compares playing in the NFL to like slavery.
Yeah,
the
and he's
combine.
just talking about like shitting on white people, and like, aren't his parents white?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's adopted by.
Yeah.
He was adopted by white people.
family.
Yeah.
One of those Blindside, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
One of those deals. I don't know. If that,
yeah, it's just.
Dude, all I know is Babylon Bee had the funniest things to say about him.
What did it say?
I have to look for it real quick, but it was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting shit on, like,
deservedly so, man.
Yeah, dude. Like, it's so, like, it was like it's almost. It seems really fake.
I like this. Kaepernick said that no slave owner will enslave him, no matter how many times he tries to be a slave.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Like, he kept trying out.
Yeah, like he's still trying. He's actively trying out for the NFL. Like,
he really?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Yes. Yeah.
I know he was.
It came out that he's trying to make a team.
Oh my god.
So it's like, it's just hypocrisy. That's why, like,
it's fake, dude. He's a psyop.
He's probably a clone.
No, it's definitely a psyop. It's all like anti-police, all that whole sort of like,
comes out right when the fucking Rittenhouse trial is about to start.
Oh, you think because of that?
Well, I think there's a lot of plays.
Yeah.
What
I don't like is like these companies like Nike, ran with it and they like back him, and it's just like makes me not want to buy Nike anymore, because I'm like, dude, this guy's a fool. Like,
Nike is participating in slavery
slave
right
owners.
now.
Exactly, yeah.
Right now.
Yep.
Dude, that one guy in the NBA is like
LeBron?
No, it's this dude. Oh, I can't remember his name, but he's standing up against that shit like hardcore. He's like challenging Nike CEO and owner to go with him to see the facilities in which his shoes are made.
Who?
He'll pay for
Say
it.
this again?
I have to figure out who
An
it is.
NFL or an NBA player
An
is
NBA
like
player.
Oh, that one that's like protesting against it.
Yeah.
And what's Nike doing?
Well, he's like calling out Nike like on social media, like
To do what?
Inviting the owner to go to the factories that make make their shoes. Like he'd pay for it and shit like that, and he's like posting all these videos.
I like that.
He's wearing like
I saw what he's wearing, the shoes and shit. I like that. That's a good move. It's kind of like what Elon Musk is doing right now. Have you seen that with the what is it, the World
They were
Food
like,
Program or
if
whatever.
Elon Musk gave all his fortune.
No, they said if they gave $6 billion, if he gave $6 million, he could end world hunger. And someone broke it down, was like, that's 2% of his wealth. And then he was like, if you can show me, or if you could show everybody publicly the breakdown of the numbers of how it will solve world hunger, I'll do it
right now. Yeah,
he's like, I'll sell
my stock.
I'll sell stock right now and do it. And then they came out and he's like, the chief came back and responded to him.
Okay.
And was like, well, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, no. Like, show the accounting publicly.
Yeah.
Of where the numbers go.
Yeah.
And I'll do it.
Yeah.
The name it's of like that, crickets.
Yeah, of course.
The name of that NBA player is Enes Kanter, I believe. But yeah, check him out. He like called out. It's Phil Knight, the co-founder of Nike, that he called out. So he's like, let's go to China. Let's go look at this shit that you're making.
Yeah.
I mean, they know that guy. I mean, they know. Yeah.
Yeah. But the guy's calling for a response. That's
and it's like fucking fuck you, Nike, for backing Kaepernick, for talking about
they're just gonna
slavery that happened
in
200 years ago, opposed to the slavery that's happening right now in your factories. Like, come on, motherfuckers, wake up.
Yeah.
All right, wake the fuck up, everyone. It's all right there. Like, we're worried about reparations or whatever for shit that happened in the past, while we're letting monsters fucking
do it to other people so you can have Nikes.
So you can have some sick ass J's.
Yeah.
Like, wake up. I mean, that's
Like, what are you gonna do with those reparations? Anyways? You're gonna buy
some Nikes from some slave owners.
Yeah.
Yeah, an iPhone, but even Apple, I've heard, got busted for that. I agree.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah,
all these
their fucking
companies.
Factories have literal nets.
What do you mean?
To catch the
nets, the factories in China, the Apple factories that build the phones, they have nets set up around because they've had so many employees during their shift walk up to the roof and jump off.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Because it's it's slavery.
Yeah.
And so they set up nets, catching nets, so that people can't jump off the roof while working.
That is crazy.
You can see pictures of them.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're there.
iPhone China nets.
Yep.
Damn.
So it's Foxconn, right? That would be the company that,
I don't know.
Who knows, man?
That makes all that shit.
Yeah.
That sells it to Apple.
Hey Jim, why don't you tell everyone where they can find us?
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hopefully you're watching it right now. If you liked it, leave us a comment and then hit that like button or whatever. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike button. I want to see some interaction from you motherfuckers.
Are we on Rumble yet?
Not on Rumble, but we'll be on there.
Okay.
Yeah. We have a Rumble, but there's nothing uploaded.
Okay.
So.
Cool. Enzo, thanks for coming on again, man.
Fuck yeah, man.
Hey, I love coming on here, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, like I said, Enzo's going to be in that seat a lot. He's the homie. He is.
Yep.
He's the real one.
Thanks for talking crypto with us. Remember, Enzo's not financial advisor.
I don't know what you say. He's my financial
I guess
advisor. So
I still I guess we gotta say that.
He's advising, but you guys shouldn't listen.
We're gonna set it up. We're gonna get this big ass property.
Yeah, I tell you, dude, it's like the biggest dream of anyone is be like, let's build our own town.
Yeah,
like,
put a little skate park in it.
Yeah, all that shit.
You know?
Yeah. All right. So
yeah. So
if you like this shit, share it, all that stuff.
And don't listen to a word we say because we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. And like always, do your own research, and we will catch you on the flip side.
Peace.
Later. And so we talked about this last
Later. That's right.